Oh, here we go. Hey, Steve, my bad. A little tech problem. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just enjoying
Oh,
the day, man. Been busy.
oh yeah, it's been a good day for you. Productive.
Yeah, pretty productive. Been up since,
hmm
before the sun up. So
Oh, your whole crew popped up early this morning, and then some of your crew came back into the office this morning. I know you weren't there,
yeah.
but working on further taking out that role play and actually making some calls today, man.
How did that go? See, I haven't talked to really anybody when I came
Yeah.
in recently. No, nobody was really in here, but how did it go? How was calling?
Dude, it is so cool to see it happen because I know you remember what it's like when you first pick up that phone the first time, man. It is not I am amazing, right? Like there's things that need to be worked out, and
Every day.
yeah, but it's good to see even from the first script role play to the second
Mhm.
time they do it. You can see them grow and they
Just
asking
kind of,
questions. Yeah, but
yeah.
not everybody. So I
Okay.
said, I said you weren't in the office today, but you also were, right? So at the end of a role play today, we all jumped up and we're making our phone calls, right?
Okay.
So what I did is I say, hey, the first person, come up here and dial 5, right? Because we're not gonna hit everybody. Just people
Right.
don't pick up, right? So the next person, I say, okay, who wants to do 6? And then they're like, oh, wait a second. Whoever went first only had to do 5. Now it's 6, right? So the ones putting it off till the end was
Uh,
was a wreck, right? So I'm like, well, here's what I want you to do. Like, if you can't call person right now, we can't just not take action, right? I want you to
yeah.
call Angel. I want you to call Billy, somebody that we know. And why we pick you is because I know, or Billy right now, if I called and jumped into a script, neither one of you would say, hey, why are you, what are we doing? No, you just
Right.
jumped right in and you did, man. It was awesome.
It was. I wasn't expecting it. I was literally holding the baby, dude, when I got the call. And then all of a sudden she sneezed and like I was just like, oh no. And then I seen it. And usually, the person don't usually call me throughout the day. So I'm like, hmm. Hello? And then I was like, all right, let's do it. It was
Oh, it was
cool,
awesome.
man. So
Yeah,
how was the ones after that with her? How'd she do?
that was the last one. So she did have like a mild like panic attack almost. So we're like, oh
Breakdown.
yeah, cool. Yeah, you had your one today, but baby steps, right? Some
Oh,
people
guaranteed.
some people pick it up, some people don't, right? So but it's all getting out of that comfort zone, and
Mhm.
everybody in that room was uncomfortable today.
Yeah. Man, and that's literally what gets you. And I don't know, it makes me feel a certain type of way because if I'm gonna be uncomfortable, I want to be uncomfortable on my own. I don't want to do it in front of people. So then it like adds even more uncomfort on top of that. So I mean, that's a huge step. 1 call, 5 calls, 20 calls, like just doing it in
Mhm.
general. I mean, a call is a call, and it's the experience you're gonna get, man. That's really what's most important. So
Yeah, it's a big deal. I know you guys are working. I'm going to ask you about the class that everybody's taking because it is a West Coast, it's an East Coast class. Y'all are up at 4:35 in the morning, banging away on your craft, right? But
yes, sir.
that being uncomfortable, I went to a boot camp at Jay Kinder's, and
Okay.
they would take a few volunteers. Like, so I'll go up there, and you want to talk about uncomfortable. You got one of your heroes in the room, and you got to role play, and it's so hard because there's people in the room better than you. There's
Yep.
people in there worse than you. But at the end of the day, one of my good friends said just yesterday is always me versus me.
Always me versus me, man. I've been seeing that quote floating around so many different places. You shared something about it from somewhere totally different. I shared something about it on my story. I was reading something later that day. I seen it again. I was me versus me. Like, why am I seeing it all day, every day? But and it's funny talking about the classes because then we're pointing out, what is it called when you're putting it out there for the future? Oh my god, why can't I think of it? Uh Holy crap. What is it called? Manifestation.
Oh
Manifestation.
yeah,
There we
yeah, yeah, yeah,
go.
yeah.
I'm like sitting here thinking of the word. So yeah, manifesting like your goals, doing the dream board, manifesting that. That was something we touched on today. And then they were like, it happens, it'll actually happen for you, but you got to remember the only person who's gonna stop you from getting there is you. And I'm like, so in the training today, something totally different than yesterday. Here it is again. And like you said, it was with, your ideal people who are better than you, and it's like, well, you feel they're better than you, but everybody has their own way, you know. So it's really, are they better than me, or are they just different?
Absolutely. And now I want to know who is better than you that would make you get up at 4:30 in the morning. Who is worth following that would have you up at 4:30 in the morning?
Man, so I've been rocking with Sekou since, you know, my second month in the real estate game. Sekou Pop, man, that guy is just off the hook with his knowledge, just his energy, his vibe. I mean, 4 in the morning, you think, okay, you usually I usually get up around 5:30, 6 on the average, 5:30 on a good day when I'm like, I ain't going back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But to be getting up at 4, you would think the energy would be low. But I hop online and I'm like, I'm ready, pen, paper, 2 notebooks, you know, got the coffee. It's all the stuff that he's dumping in, man. It's just like, you don't want to let that go. You can't let it go. You know, like I said, I 2 months into the game, I took his training, and here I am again taking it for the second time, because I thought, honestly, expectation wise, and he asked me about this, what'd you expect? Would you expect you're going to get from it, you know, this time around? And I was like, honestly, man, I thought it was going to be more of a refresher, but now I feel like I missed a whole lot of crap that first time, because my notes are saying otherwise, you know? So I'm like, what's going on? What really did I not learn that first time around?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really big, man. But Sekou, he's doing a lot for the people, especially not charging people to do it. There was, I think, at least 30 plus people in the training today.
That's sad.
You know,
that is sad.
Yeah,
Somebody
honestly,
like Sekou puts out a class and it's for free this time, and only 30 people jump on. Like, I'm disappointed in us as an industry.
oh, guaranteed. And we got the group in there, so we had I would say about a quarter of them were our people. You know, West Coast people. So we had about a quarter people in there, and I'm like, we need to enter. Yeah, that's what he said. The left side. I was like, no, the best side. Don't be trying to get it twisted right there, Sekou. So it's cool, man. But he brought on Mark Stein. He was talking about motivation, goals, all good types of things. Everything that you need, you know, to succeed, to become successful. You know, holding yourself accountable, reaching out to others to have them hold you accountable. You know.
Huge, right? Accountability is huge. So let's not waste the class. I think we got a little lag. I'm gonna wait until Angel's eyes open. There they go.
We're good.
What's up?
Oh,
We're
there
back.
we go. There we go.
Yeah.
We back.
So I don't want to waste what you picked up today.
Okay.
But we might have a lag. Nope, we're back. Okay. So give me 2 takeaways. Like, what's the 2 big things that you learned from the class? And then give me 1 script. Can you do that?
Oh,
tough. On the spot.
Okay, so 2 takeaways. I'll give you one from each day. 1 takeaway from yesterday.
Yeah, good.
That was pretty good. Is the 5-5-5. It's 5 new people a day.
Yes.
5 people that you know a day, and following up with 5 people. So it's a total of just 15 people. You know, so that's a huge takeaway. Is just those 15 people could change the outcome of your success. You know, you talk to those 5 new, you talk to the 5 that you know, and you talk to those, whether they're for sale by owner, expire, whatever, you know, it is that you're going to follow up with potential leads that, you know, it's now 6 months from when you last talked type deal.
That one's great. And if you're a new agent right now and you're not taking notes, that's a mistake. If you're an old agent and not taking notes, that's a mistake. Right there, it's easy, man. 5-5-5.
5-5-5, man. The takeaway from today is definitely going to be more of a self-accountability thing. So every day I prospect, you know, I'm out there trying to get my business. If you don't work for yourself, you're not going to get the business, right? So every morning I do that. Then there's a lunch break, right? You have that 30-hour-minute window, and then you get into going and handling your appointments, you know, meeting with other agents to help out or do whatever. So that in-between gap, and I never have really done this, it's basically the admin portion. It's what did you do? What worked? What actions did you take to do it? And how could you do it better?
That's right.
That was today's takeaway as far as most important for me, especially at this point in time with what I'm doing. So somebody else might have been different, but I mean, that right there is huge, you know?
Yes. Yep. And then here comes the big one. Can you do it on the spot?
What script? What are we talking script wise? What do we want to know?
Well, I'm gonna
I got one.
instead of helping people, yeah, there you go. Something that
I got one.
resonated with you personally. Like, what's one
Okay.
that you can flow with?
Okay, so one of them is something that I try to tackle in the beginning of my career, right?
Yeah.
And it was reaching out to investors and people who, have multiple properties and things like that. So I struggled at it because I was trying to do the right route, mail them, give them some good ideas, da 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 da. But really, what it is just, reaching out to them, saying, "Hey, how's it going?" I send a list of people every day who want to either grow their rentals or take some away from you, type deal. So
Smart.
it's just, yep. So it's reaching out to them, letting them know, "Hey, I do this. Do you want to be a part of it? If you do, where do I send it to?"
Easy, man.
Just
Yeah.
easy. And I was like,
Yep.
that's just butter though. I mean, I wrote down the right way to say it, but off my head, whenever I do say it, that's how it's going to come out. Just a regular, typical phone call saying, "Hey, hi, how are you? This is what I could do. Here's your opportunity. Do you want it or no?"
And investors, it should be that simple. They're
Yeah.
busy, they're in a
Yep.
hurry, and what they want to know is like how much meat's left on the bone on this house. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you find a deal, you found a ton of investors. Everybody's ready to buy a house for a
Right.
discount. Yep.
Right. Right.
That's good stuff. I got a
Yeah,
good
man.
takeaway too, not from that class, but from a mentor of mine. Just did his first Ironman, Albie Stasic. If you see this,
Yes.
Albie, great job, man. You stud.
He's
Yeah,
sick, man. The
I'm
Iron
proud of
Man
him.
things are hard.
Yeah, I have a hard time getting out of bed, so good for you. But he wrote down, he internalized the conversation he had when it was time to quit. Like we all get there in life, you're working out, you're running, whatever, your
Yeah.
body's done, and he actually got in an argument with his body, and he told himself, choice of words that I'm gonna use here on live, but you're not gonna give up on yourself. You're
Mm-hmm.
not quitting. That's not an
Mm-hmm.
option. We are finishing this thing, crawling, walking, broken, whatever it is. We're gonna see it through. And I heard that, like we were talking about this before today. You hear things when you're ready to hear them.
Right.
And I heard Goggins had those kind of conversations with him. David Goggins, if you don't know who that is, find out. But
Mm-hmm.
it made me think, like, how often have I got to the end and thought, okay, that's enough. I've done the best I can and quit without having that conversation that says, nope, it's not the finish line. It's not the
Right.
goal. Like I got more left and there's no negotiating here. Me versus me.
Me
I'm going to see
versus
it
me.
through. Yep.
Yes, man. That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about. And even he applied that, in a state of, yes, he was doing a marathon triumph, whatever Iron Man challenge. He was doing something big like that. And it's the mental part of it, and
Mm-hmm.
that's honestly what I personally think is a big part of this is your mental. If you don't have that growth mindset, I mean, really, which direction are you going to go? You're either going to stay or fade. I mean,
Absolutely, man. And I believe it's all mindset. Like we
mhm.
are all receiving what we believe we deserve,
Yeah.
what we believe we're capable of. So you got to stay surrounded around people that will stretch you and say that's not okay. If I tell
Mhm.
people my goals, that they might be huge for me, but they're going to tell me, the ones that love me will tell me
Right.
you're capable. You're capable of more.
Yep.
And then immediately your mind says, okay, well, I agree because I respect you. I will stretch it. And you always achieve more.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's why I think, man, that you can apply that type of mentality to this business. A lot of people think it's, well, this isn't working. This person said to do this and it's not working. And well, I tried it already. Well, yeah, okay. I understand you tried it, but did you
Mm,
keep doing it?
there it
And
is.
that's like a huge thing, man. And I was sitting
Mhm.
in, and I'm not gonna lie, I have my goals, and I cut them a little shy. I think I'm a little I cut them a little short of what they should be.
Yeah,
But just even those goals that I have, reaching those goals, I mean, a weekly goal, it kind of changes your whole momentum that next week. It's like I set this, I hit this, how can I do better next week? Like, let me one
perfect.
up that. Let me five
Mhm,
up that transaction or whatever it is, And that's what, man, goals are just so huge. I mean, I talked about it with
mhm,
Matt just yesterday. He's talking about
mhm.
goals and
Great interview.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was very just on the spot, just hey,
Mhm.
and it was cool to catch up with. Like he said, he was gone for about a week, and so we usually talk every day.
Mhm.
And same with you, man. We usually talk every day too. And I feel, I've been busy. These trainings, I feel like my days are 48 hours long instead of 24. And so it's like we're on the go, busy. So it's
Mhm.
cool to sit down and just kind of to chat a little bit about what's going on and where we're all at.
For sure. And so as a value add, like for people that are
Yeah.
listening, we're going to have people that are new, seasoned, and better than us, right?
Yes,
But so
sir. Yep.
I see you help a lot of agents get some
Right.
momentum, take off, have some sales and stuff. What can we do today? What is something you would do with a brand new agent to help them find their first escrow?
Well, what I can say is what we do every day and is provide the value, right? That's something that we do. And a lot of this, man, I got instilled from you. So it's really just a replica process. And it's really just telling them, look, man, this is what I was told. This is how I was told to do it. This is how I did it. I just kept doing it. That's why I am where I am, type
Mm-hmm.
deal. So as far as what it is, I mean, calling,
Mm-hmm.
messaging people, growing your social media, doing videos, everything like that is something that we could do. I just sat down with somebody this morning and helped them get their social media squared away. He's not the oldest, he's not the youngest, but he's one of those guys that he's like, I know I need to do this.
Mm.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
You
You
know you
do.
need to do it. You're making the move to make it happen. Let's get it. So I was all there
Love it.
for it. So any step actually, and it's not just video calling, any step that anybody would take or be willing to take to grow is the right step. There's no right or wrong, but there is a wrong one, and it's not doing it.
Yo, do the work.
Do the
Yep.
work, take that
Yep.
action, make it happen, close some
It,
deals.
it's funny that we say that so much. Well, you got to
Yeah.
do the work.
Yeah.
Like this isn't vacation. Like this job, real estate, if you don't do the work, we'll fire you just like a regular job.
Every day. And somebody asked me just yesterday, no, 2 days ago, on over the weekend, they asked me, you're always working, how do you spend time with you? It was actually a client, because they know
Mm.
they take up a lot of my time showing them houses, doing all this
Yep.
stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. I know this is important to you. I know finding the
Mm.
right house is important, right? It's not that they're being picky. The market's crazy,
Mhm.
unless you're trying to do some outrageous numbers, it's just not going to happen for you typically. But
Mhm.
it will if you have the right terms, the right agent helping you out, all of that stuff. Details matter, right? So this client,
Write her
this
down.
client is that's right. She's telling me, man, I take up a lot of your time. I know you have a family. Why do you do this all day? How are you doing this all day? I was like, because I love what I do. Like,
Ooh.
I can do this all day because it's not work. I will show you 10 more houses, probably not on the same day, but I'll show you 10 more houses if that's what it's going to take to make you happy, get you where you want to be. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so that's something that, with her, and then I had a buddy this weekend telling me, well, same thing about the training. Why are you doing the training again? Because there's more that could be done. There's more that I
That's right.
can learn. So the job spectrum of working 40 hours, working, 40 hours plus 20 hours overtime or whatever. There's no overtime. There's no standard time. It's you work all day, take your breaks, but you work all day because you're working for yourself. You're working for your business. So
Ain't
it's
it
hard to
funny
go
how
away.
much energy that you have and drive you have towards your own business, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it
Like
just doesn't matter.
it don't, man. And it's crazy because I've always been very energetic, I guess you can say. So I've
Mhm.
always had that drive. Any job I did, I was like on point, making it happen, showing up early, leaving late. But I realized if I could do that for somebody else, how much could I get if I did it for myself?
All of it.
And
It's
that's
awesome,
what
man.
that blew me, man. When I
Yeah.
left that job and when I talked to you and you were like, hey, you just got to do this. All right, what else can I do? I need to do more.
Yeah.
This is only a little bit. I need this much of it.
Mhm. We had the same kind of path. We did the same kind of things, and it bothers me that so many people think that they need to buy something up front. They're trying to spend money on credit cards. They're trying to, buy this lead, buy this shiny object. Man, it's
Mm-hmm.
just wrong. You build your
Mm.
business first with the free stuff while you have time, and you use
Yep.
some of that commission down the road, if you need to reinvest in your business.
Yep, that's something that I tell the newer people that come on and that I mentor and stuff like that. I let them know, hey, they're like, well, I heard you could buy this and you can do this. And I was like, great, do that when you close a transaction. Well,
Yep.
if it's going to help me close it, I said, cool. If you have the extra money to do it and that's something you truly want to do and you think that no matter what it'll work, do it. I think you will do better if you go get the free stuff first. Do the stuff that's going to make you work. Do the stuff that's going to make you, dig deep, get dirty. And then you're going to appreciate that stuff even more.
And there's a simple why behind it too. Like if you're doing the stuff that's free, that's where you're learning. You don't want to
Mhm.
learn at, $8 a lead.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're $8 anymore. More like
Yeah,
20
okay.
cents.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, no, man, I get you completely. That's
Hmm.
something that, and again, it comes right back to you. Right back to you. I like telling you, hey, I watched this video. YouTube is crazy. You can watch anything you want to do on YouTube,
Hmm.
right? So I'm like, well, this guy said he did this, and this for $500 and this and that. And you're like, go do it if you want to do it. And I was like, well, and then you kind of set me like, well, do you want to learn or do you just want things handed to you? Well, I want to learn. All right, we'll do this. All right, say less. Gave me a list. I learned, man, and
Uh-huh.
I appreciate it because I think that's what has pushed me in my year's time. I just
Yeah.
crept up. I just completed my year, March 16th, 7th, 12th, something like that. It was a year in the business.
Oh,
So,
wow. Seems like it's
yeah,
10 years, man. It seems like
it's
you've always been doing this.
it seems like it. I always catch myself saying, when I first got
Mhm.
started, and I'm like, first got started, that was just like 5 months ago.
Yeah. That's
So,
like my 6-year-old son telling me back when he was a kid.
right.
But when I was little, I'm like, little?
Yeah, huh.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yep. But you
So,
gotta, the year is less important than the amount of experience and knowledge that you gained in that time, man. It's a night and day difference than most people. Like you really poured into learning and taking action and learning, cutting your teeth, pushing through failure,
yeah.
celebrating success. It's been an amazing year.
Yeah, definitely. It's been really it's been fun. That I like
Cool.
to have fun, so it's
Hmm.
been fun. I look back on it and there are days where I was tired. I was, over it. I was not wanting to work this day and then I sit there and I'm like, hell no, I got to get up.
There you
I got
go.
to I got
Yep.
to make it happen, I got up an hour late and I feel like I missed 10 hours of my day because the things I do in that amount of time is just it's ridiculous. I mean, it takes an hour to call like 50 people,
Hmm.
and it's
Yep.
those 50 people, those are all missed opportunities from training today. That's another thing. Opportunities,
Hmm.
is you can either get them or leave them or never come across them. I'm gonna try and get all the ones I can, so I don't know,
Yep.
man. It's been fun. I feel blessed, seriously, honestly, just super blessed that I was able to make that move, even though it's scary, even though
Oh
I
yeah.
I
Hmm.
was on vacation.
Been there.
Yep. It's been cool though. But so
Mhm.
as far as training goes,
Yeah.
future trainings for agents, new
Mhm.
agents. I was talking with Matt, telling him yesterday that we were trying to get the boot camp going, doing things
Oh, it's
like
gonna be
that.
awesome. Mhm.
Yes, input on the boot camp. What do you think would be the best thing for an agent or new agent experience? What do you think as far as the boot camp goes? Why would it be beneficial?
The training that we're doing right now
Mm-hmm.
re-instilled just a hardcore fact.
Mm-hmm.
If we show up together, learn together, practice together, take action together, that's the winning formula, man. Because
Right.
it's hard to do in front of your peers,
Hmm.
and it makes it ultra easy to do when you go home. So I that's got to be a foundation for all of it. We learn, we practice, we take action.
Mm.
Simplest of formula, like, and it's got to be. I would like to see us get through all the free stuff, because if you're going to the boot camp, you're likely to be new,
Right.
or you're not doing well in real estate, which means like being new, you need to go back to the basic foundation and rebuild, right?
Right.
So making those calls, learning social media, learning the importance of video and how to use it without the fear, I think that most people feel with the video, thinking that it's going to be harder than it is. And I guess it's hard at first, probably for most people, but love to see some of that. And plus some of the SEO website stuff and how to use the tools and tech, right? So I think all those pieces being included, I know it's a lot for, a 3-day, 4-day boot camp or something, but I think it's all important, and it's all stuff that needs to be practiced and developed and then done in action.
Yeah, I honestly, man, I completely agree with you. Mainly because just in the trainings from today, there's experienced agents 3, 4 years in the business, and they're still third, fourth time in Appointment Academy or whatever it is, rocking with Sekou. And it just same thing with me. The people I invited to the group, they're there for the first time, and they're like, "Man, this is awesome." Positive feedback from everybody. "Oh, this is great. I'm learning so much." Da, 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 da. And I'm like, me too. And it's my second time,
No
so
doubt.
it's one of those things with the boot camp in person. You could almost feel the difference in the energy that you'll get. It's not hard to create energy through video, online. It's really not. It's different than over the phone, definitely. But that in-person energy, being able to sit down with everybody, like you said, like you guys are
Yes.
doing now, it changes the whole game. It really does. I don't know. It's just
Really
gonna be
cool. Yep. And then the boot camp that I've been to a few times in Texas, the Kinder Reese one, you haven't been to that. You just did it online, right?
I did it online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we ought to do is I don't want to, not kick off the boot camp. Let's kick off the
Yeah.
boot camp. But me and you should take, whoever wants to come, fly out to Texas, go to that boot camp, and see if there's pieces that we could add to it to better it. Because that one is good.
That's money.
Yeah.
Both buyer and seller side. I mean, that thing
Mhm.
is money. I mean, look who kind of constructed that thing. You
Right.
know what I mean? Look where they're at with what they got going on. There's a reason why it's money. So not taking advantage of that would be foolish. So
Yep.
that thing is money. But I agree, man. I actually want to. I know they just had one recently.
Mhm.
But I obviously didn't take that chance to go. But I do want to go see it in person. I want to do it in person. Online, like I said, it's sitting at a desk with headphones in, or sitting on your bed or on the
Yeah.
couch, whatever. That, like I said, that energy, that drive, when you're there, your energy is like here at all times. So, and then meeting someone new, role playing. That's why I like this online Zoom with Sekou, man. I'm working with people in Jersey and South Carolina, Texas,
Mhm.
Florida, New York, just everywhere. And I'm like, that's what I want to be around. I want to know how we are as a whole. We're all in the same business. We're all here to help each other grow. So why would we not want to continue to work amongst each other?
Well, there you go. There's another component that should be added to the boot camp, or the trainings. Like if you're part of it and it's working with the Sekou's group and stuff, like maybe we should invite people here, because I don't think you get a lot of that. I got some of it, role play and script practice and stuff at Intero with Edie and John Miller, and it was powerful. I didn't want to do it. Back then I just didn't see the value in it. Well, but I was young and I knew everything, so why would I?
Right.
Yes, but where I am today, like I can appreciate what they were trying to put in there, but I would love to see more people in there, more the merrier, right?
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's even me, I'm like you said, I kind of progressed quite a bit, but sitting down yesterday with you for a little bit, just being able to practice a couple of things, it showed me 3 different routes on a topic that I could go on,
Yeah.
our conversation. And I'm like, I've never thought of it like that, and I mean, you got 10 different brains in there. There's gonna be 10 different, routes or direction that you could take something, and it's cool to feed off each other. I don't know, man. It'll be fun. I
My
can't wait.
favorite part of that whole training was when me and you were doing some role playing, and like me and you, we're kind of okay at it.
Yeah,
We screwed up the whole thing. Neither one of
yeah.
us could think of, we couldn't stay on script. We couldn't stay on track. It was a mess. It was awesome.
It was funny, and then it was like we didn't even know who was who at the time, and everyone was like looking at us like, "You guys are teaching us?" Like,
I know.
like what's going on here? And I'm like, "All right, let's switch it up." Like,
It was
so
fantastic. That was a lot of fun to be back in that and stuff. And you realize that if you don't keep sharpening your skills, you're gonna fall a little bit. So
yeah,
fun.
yeah, no, definitely. Well, all right, man. I know we've been kind of chopping it up for 30 minutes, and it's been going good. Last little tidbit that I want to say
Yeah.
is if you're not doing a deal, you got to be practicing one.
Amen.
Got to be practicing one. Got to be
Yep.
out there sharp, like you said, sharpening them skills. If you ain't got business right now, you better be learning how you're going to do it or learning how to get it. You know, that's something that I got to do and say. Shout out to Sekou for the knowledge. Yeah. Where can people reach you at? I know I say you're my mentor, coach, family friend, everything like that. But everyone should take the opportunity to sit down with you and talk, man, because you are great.
Oh, thank you. They should be talking to you too, man. I learn a lot from you as well. You know that. But they can reach me on social media anytime, Steve McCarthy, or, you know, text or call 530-777-1419. Both of us, I think, are happy to help just about anybody. If you will help yourself.
That's right. You got to be able to put in the work or want to put in the work. Actually, you got to be committed to put it in the work. You know, we only work with the most motivated people in the area, right?
Another writer downer, man. I love it. Cool. This has been fun, man. Let's do it again sometime.
We have to. All right, Steve. We'll talk to you later.
Later.
All right, man.